Welcome, everyone, to Truth and Freedom Podcast, where awakening begins with asking the question most people are afraid to ask. I'm your host, Dr. Dan Amzallag, and this is not just another podcast. This is a journey into awareness, courage, and truth. Now, there's a moment, quiet but undeniable, when you realize the hardest person to be honest with is yourself. Not your boss, not your partner, not your friends, but you. Now, because when you strip away excuses, distractions, and stories, you're left with truth. And sometimes truth doesn't flatter. Self honesty isn't about judgment, it's about freedom. It's about saying, I can grow if I keep lying to myself about where I stand. Now, we lie to ourselves in small, clever ways. We say we're fine when we're not. We say we're over it when we're still hurting. We say we're trying our best when, deep down inside, we know we've been holding back. Now we hide behind business, behind blame, behind the comfort of old narratives. But the truth always waits, patiently, silently. It doesn't yell, it whispers again and again until you finally stop pretending you can't hear it. Now, being honest with yourself doesn't mean you failed, it means you're ready to grow. It means you've reached a point where comfort is no longer worth the cost of inauthenticity. Now, because here's the thing, denial feels safe, but it keeps you from stuck. Now, it builds walls around you and calls them protection. It keeps you repeating the same lessons, the same heartbreaks, the same disappointment, until one day you realize, I am the common denominator. And that realization hurts, but it's also the beginning of power. Because you can't heal what you refuse to acknowledge. You can't improve what you won't admit is broken. Now, self-honesty says, I am the author of my own story, and it's time to stop editing out the parts that makes me uncomfortable. Think about the times you blame others from where you are, the job you hate, the relationship that drained you, the opportunity you didn't take. Now, it's easier to point outward than inward. But true growth asks, what choices did I make that brought me here? What fears did I let steer me? Now, that's not self-blame. That's self-awareness. And awareness is liberation. You see, when you finally look at your truth, really look deep inside, it might sting. You'll see the patterns you've repeated, the boundaries you've ignored, and the standards you've lowered. But you'll also see your strength, because it takes courage to face the mirror and say, I can do better. Now, the beautiful thing about truth is that it always leads somewhere lighter. Even when it hurts, it clears the fog. It gives you some kind of direction. It reconnects you to who you were meant to be before fear rewrote the script. So ask yourself, what truth have you been avoiding? What emotion have you been numbing instead of naming? What part of your life have you convinced yourself is fine when it's really just familiar? Now, the truth you're avoiding is the same truth that will set you free. But first, you have to be willing to face it. Now, in therapy, I've seen people spend years running from self-honesty until they realize running takes more energy than facing it. Because when you hide it, you live in constant resistance. But when you face truth, you move into flow. Your energy returns. Your clarity sharpens. Your peace grows. Now, honesty is not self-punishment. It's self-respect. It's saying, I care about my life too much to live in denial. And the moment you start being honest with yourself, everything changes. You begin to attract people who match your truth. You make decisions from clarity, not fear. And you finally stop fighting yourself. But here's the paradox. The moment you accept the truth, it loses its power to control you. What once felt shameful now feels liberating. Because it's not the truth that hurts, it's the resistance to it. So today, give yourself permission to be brutally honest. Not cruel, not judgmental, just real. Ask yourself, what am I pretending not to know? Where am I settling? What would my life look like if I told myself the whole truth? You might not like the answer at first, but it will become your roadmap because the truth isn't here to punish you. It's here to free you. Now, self-honesty is the foundation of every breakthrough. Without it, you build your life on illusions. With it, you create from authenticity. So the next time you feel lost, don't look outward, look inward. You already know what needs to change. You just need to be honest enough to admit it. Now remember, you can't transform what you won't confront. You can't confront what you won't acknowledge. And you can't acknowledge what you keep pretending isn't there. Be brave enough to face your truth, even the part that scares you. Because behind that fear is your freedom. Stay tuned for more truth at our next episode.